Right, well, I'm here with John McLaren and also with
Michelle Hyland,
one of the military wives. Tell us about the genesis of this song. How did it come about?
I had been thinking for some time of whether to do something for the King. I actually really admire him. I'm not a natural groupie, but I think he does an incredibly difficult job with great dignity and very effectively. And I'd listened to many of the songs that were written for the coronation, but they did tend to be a little bit in the Hallelujah, May You Reign Happily. And I thought it was interesting to actually go back to the moment of his birth. Not only because this also made a connection, obviously, with the late Queen, but also I think it was interesting to think what London must have been like in those times, 3 years after the end of war. Very, very gloomy, obviously rationing, still lots of bomb sites and so on. And if you look at all the contemporary media, it showed that the announcement of the birth caused great rejoicing. And I thought that was a rather nice moment to focus on. Although, as you know, the song doesn't actually mention him by name. It doesn't mention Buckingham Palace or the Queen. But, you know, we all know what it is. And I also must say that Dennis Madden, the filmmaker who made this film, obviously retelling the story in the lyrics, but I think he did it brilliantly. I think Dennis is an absolute genius.
Fantastic. And you, the choir itself, tell me about it. How did that come about?
Oh, well, it came about from a TV programme by Gareth Malone, and it's about 12 years old now, and I've been in the choir 8 years. And I have to say, I've really enjoyed your song. I was a great fan of the Queen, and I absolutely loved the way there was that homage to the Queen in there, because she too was a military wife, and so she actually got us. She had to be posted. She had her husband away in, dangerous places as well. And I absolutely loved it that was all linked together. And I'm a great fan of Charles. I met him when I was 17,
right.
I think, at the Queen's Silver Jubilee. As a young student, I served him. And I'm a great admirer of the things that he's done quietly, and this great relationship between the royal family and the armed forces.
And it's a great sort of testament to that relationship,
yes,
isn't it?
Absolutely.
How many people are in the choir now?
There's nearly 2,000. There's 70 choirs in the network. All over the world, really. So I recently came back from the Falkland Islands, 8,000 miles away, and I sing in Warminster now. And whilst I was there, Warminster Choir were really supportive of me in the Falklands and the choir. So it's great. And I recently went to Canada and visited the military wives there. So, and we sing the same songs. So when I go to another military wives choir, I know that there's at least one song that I know, and now we all know this one. And we sang it last night, actually, in my choir in Warminster. We sang it because it was the King's birthday today.
Oh, fantastic. It is indeed the King's birthday. Do you have a special message? Let's get one from both of you.
I think the traditional is to say happy birthday.
I'd like to wish him a joyous and blessed birthday, hoping he's surrounded by the people he loves and who love him. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much indeed.